Hello everybody. Today I am coming to you with a first kind of public video since releasing the occulty tag conversation out there. And I'm coming with something rather chill, but also something that has been really important for me lately and impactful for me as well. As you can see, I'm going to be talking about journaling and planning and basically record keeping, I guess. So if that's not your thing, feel free to click off. If you are more interested in my grimoire and my magical record keeping per se, I do have a separate video about that available on my Patreon only, as that is something that I'm not comfortable talking about publicly. So anyway, getting to the point of this, I would like to show you my setup in the passport size traveler's notebook and talk a bit about my implementation of this specific notebook into my life. As you can see here, I have a standard size traveler's notebook that I've had for years actually, and this one is mostly for planning mundane shit. Like, I take this to work, and this has all of the appointments, all of the things I have planned, just general like calendar stuff basically. So but this one is a new addition to my life, I suppose, and I actually decided to try this out around a month ago. So I feel like at this time I can kind of comfortably talk about how it's working for me, what's working, what's not working, etc., because it's been around a month now. But basically, a month ago I've been very sick, and I had some more time than usual to, just browse around the internet, I suppose. And I stumbled upon people's videos talking about basically pocket-sized notebooks and taking them with you everywhere, and for the purpose of, just taking notes of things in the moment, and also reaching for this instead of reaching for your phone when you are out, as well as when you are just at home, right? And I really loved the idea, because around a month ago also coincides with me taking a step back from social media and the internet. I usually do those kinds of breaks like once or twice a year, but this time I really felt like I needed something deeper when it comes to a social media detox than just, uninstalling the apps for some time. I needed something to actually replace those apps for me, and find my way, navigate my way into a more analog life, long-term, hopefully. So this is something that felt like it could actually help me achieve exactly that. Again, what I've been seeing people talking about is using various systems. This doesn't necessarily have to be a traveler's notebook. Some people like to use field notes, some people like to use just random like notepads, or tiny, those Hobonichi planners or whatever. Like, there's plenty on the market, I suppose, and in the journaling world. But because I've been familiar with the traveler's notebook standard size for many years, and this is something that has been tried and true for me, and a system that I can rely on basically to kind of work in the same way that my brain works. It's very handy for the way I think and the way I like to organize my world, which you will see in a moment. So I figured that this is probably going to be the best choice for me. And I think I was correct, because so far so good. I think it's working great for me, and is doing the exact thing that I needed to do, which is being very accessible for me. Since I am using it, I've been journaling daily instead of, once every few days or sometimes even weeks, and also allowing me to keep note of things that I'm currently like interested in studying or want to do more of. So Before I show you this one, I just want to quickly talk about my standard size and what I've been up to when it comes to like general traveler's notebook planning for many years now. I don't remember when I first started with the, you know, this standard size. So basically what I have here, and over the years I used to be somebody who loved making my own inserts, like hand sewn, hand cut everything, and everything was hand drawn when it comes to the monthly and weekly planner pages. But since I think like 2 years or so, I actually found this kind of insert that's very thick. It says here Kinbor. I think that's the system that this is, but it's basically like a kind of thick-ish book with hardcover actually that has the same things that I used to draw for myself in my handmade planners. So this became a replacement. In the back it also has like plenty of space for notes, just, you know, random note-taking, but this is what I like. You have a weekly like this, a spread that's not dated, you date it yourself. So I usually start a new one in September and go all the way to August instead of starting in January, because that's how my work is also structured. So it's just simpler that way for me. So this is again very simple, and these are way in advance. This is like July and August that I'm showing you, because I don't want to show you my actual like filled in pages. But this is the system I've been using for years, and it's been working for me just fine. So I'm, you know, like this is nothing fancy really. It's supposed to work. Okay, so that's what I have in my traveler's notebook, just aside from like some random shit, right? So that thing aside, and I have to say, like, I do love this one. I really love it. And it's been with me, like, you know, every day at work. And also previously I had some inserts for like journaling and studying stuff and other shit. But the thing is that the size for me is not something that I would like to carry with me at all times, which is why when I wanted to try, you know, this constant carrying of the notebook with me, this turned out to, you know, not qualify because it's too big. So that's basically why I ended up getting the passport size, which is, you know, like much smaller, right? Much smaller. So it's just, it actually fits in my pocket. That's the thing, and that's what it's supposed to do. So here I just have like a plain olive color cover, and then I also like to have this pen loop, and I always carry the Kaweco Sport pen, fountain pen. This is just what I love to use because it's small, it's light, and it's, you know, a reliable fountain pen basically. So then when you open up, I just have like a folder with random stickers and shit. There is even a space for my tiny prayer beads made of amber, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I love these folders. Then what it's actually starting off with is my tiny book for playing cards divination research. And I have to say, like, I have been trying to get into playing cards divination on and off throughout the years, but the thing is that I could never arrive at a cohesive system that would actually work for me. I can make a separate video about this if you would like, if you would be interested. But basically, since I got the Age of Witchery deck by Roger Horn, whom I am a great fan of, and I actually also have the tarot deck. So I wanted to like come back to this practice and figured it would be nice to write down meanings of the cards and the systems of divination of the few books that I really enjoyed, and basically see what I arrive at. I'm still not done with that, so what you can see is just pages upon pages of, you know, meanings written down from a few systems, and eventually I'm planning to Of course, I am reading with those daily to kind of see if it works or if it doesn't work, and eventually arriving hopefully at my own system. I have to say it's been kind of challenging and not as easy for me to read with playing cards as it is with tarot. So we'll see how this ends up. But yeah, that's book number 1 basically. Then the main chunk of this book, of this notebook, is just free-flowing journaling about, you know, basically brain dumping anything, like what I did in the day, my thoughts in the moment, things like when something inspires me or something pisses me off, or I need to remember something, I write it down here. And this insert I also created myself from scratch. So I cut out the covers, I cut out the pages, and then I maybe you can see, I hand sewn it, hand stitched it together into a book. So and it's literally just, you know, pages upon pages of text, nothing really interesting or fancy, right? Some days, and this is like a blotting paper basically, so that my ink doesn't smudge all over the pages, and then, you know, the rest is still empty. So yeah, as I said, just brain dump stuff, and I really have been loving it so much. And I feel like, and this is maybe gonna sound funny, but I feel like if you have something like this on you at all times and you write down all those like random thoughts that you have, you are way less, at least that's how it works for me, I'm way less tempted to post online, especially like on Threads, where the entire platform's premise is to post random thoughts like that. So sometimes I will write it down here instead of on Threads, and I find that that is much healthier for me than just you know, brain dumping onto random people on the internet and then regretting it. I am an introvert, I hate the attention and I find that some of my thoughts, especially the spicier, more like controversial ones, I guess, get a lot of attention, and I fucking hate it, honestly. So I prefer putting that shit in here instead. It's been working great. And I find that I take it with me everywhere, as I said. So even if I go like, I don't know, shopping with my husband, I will put it in my backpack just in case I want to write something down, like while we are driving or whatever. It's great. I love it. So this is the main chunk of it, and the purpose of why I started writing in the system in the first place. Then I just have like some random other side of that folder, and here I have a tiny craft folder with handmade, basically watercolor pages, again hand-stitched for the purpose of like drawing or painting shit on the go with watercolors. I just have one thing right now, like the hellebore from my garden in here at the moment, because I just recently made this one. So again, it's just watercolor pages for like sketching, doodling, drawing, painting, whenever I feel like it, right? And here's just some random swatches, and that's it. It's very simple. There's not, you know, I am trying to keep it simple because I don't like it when things get too busy, or when there's like too much, I don't know, decoration, or too complex of a system, I suppose, because then I kind of get lost in it. And while I love scrapbooking and like I love pretty washi tapes and inks and stamps and you know, that kind of shit, and stickers, fucking love stickers, I just want to keep this like rough and simple, honestly, because it's supposed to just be a place where I can brain dump, write down some ideas before I forget them, which if you are a writer or in general like a content creator or somebody creative, you know how it is with ideas. Like you get the best ones at the worst fucking times, like when you are just about to fall asleep, or when you are, I don't know, cooking or doing something else. And if you don't put that idea somewhere, it's gonna fucking disappear. It's not gonna wait for you to remember it. And that's how I, over the years, lost a lot of good ideas for things that I want to write about or make content about, etc. So this book is supposed to remedy that. And again, it's supposed to be the analog version of what my phone usually is for me in some ways. So it's been really helping me in that regard. And I have to say, when it comes to social media and that kind of stuff, the way I approach it is that I delete the apps off of my phone. I will check the apps still, but only on my computer, which that itself, I am not on my computer a lot during the day. So that alone makes it way less accessible for me to just waste time going on there in moments of boredom to scroll or whatever, you know, just waste time. That's what I've been missing, you know, not having access to that shit so that I can actually return to my thoughts and be more present and either write them down or just allow myself to actually be bored and, I don't know, look out the window for half an hour. And whereas, you know, if you use social media regularly, it does affect your ability to focus tremendously. So it does take some time to kind of detox from that. And after some time, like for me, it's usually a week or a couple weeks, my ability to focus kind of gets back to normal, I guess. So whereas like a month or two ago, I wouldn't be able to like stay bored and not go on my phone for too long. Now I am finding longer and longer pockets of just peace and calm where I can actually focus on my own thoughts. And I'm currently in the process of writing a book, so this is really needed for me. And I think I'm going to be sticking to this system long term, where I just use this book as something that I carry with me. I still sure do have my phone on me, but it doesn't have access to all those apps that basically steal my attention, so that I can still take pictures of nature or, you know, receive a phone call if it's something important, but the phone is not getting in the way when it comes to, you know, living my life, basically. So again, I think this is a really great idea, and I'm so glad I stumbled upon this. So technically, you could say that the booklet I showed you about playing cards would be considered a commonplace book type of journaling, whereas the second one would be like emotive journaling or brain dumping type of journaling. So those two types I find are very important for me. They help me stay balanced, and they help me conduct research and you know, basically focus on the things that actually matter to me. So if you find yourself in search of something similar, I highly recommend trying this out. And like, for real, you can go get a tiny notebook for really cheap anywhere and try it out for a month or so, see if it works for you or not. This is also very handy if you do practice magic or witchcraft. You can have a tiny book in something like this for on the go, like spells, or if you want to go outside, do a ritual and write some kind of script or prayer in here. This is great because you can carry it. It really does fit in your pocket. So it's actually very, very accessible and usable in that way as well. Some people also use these as wallets, but I don't think that would really work for me, to be honest. But anyway, I think that's it. That's all I wanted to share. So let me know what you think. If you have a system like this or something similar, I would be curious to hear about your preferred methods of going about this. And if you maybe do have a channel or where you show those things, like, please let me know in the comments. I would love to see. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and see you around. Bye.